There's not as many low-budget horror movies these days as there used to be. So today, I'm going to talk about a few of my personal favourites. If you're a big fan of horror movies, then obviously follow all that fun stuff because we're going to get a lot more horror going on. The first on the list is The Void, which is a Lovecraftian horror movie. And this was made with a budget of under $100,000. And generally speaking, a police officer is trapped in a hospital by some hooded figures and a gateway to hell. Evil monster. Basically, there is just blood splatter throughout. It is a creature feature with a hell of a lot of practical effects, and it gets crazier and more bloody as the movie progresses. It's great fun. You also have Wormwood, which is an Australian zombie movie, which for a budget of about $150,000, directed by Kia Roach Turner, who has gone on to do Sting, which was alright. Basically, it is a mechanic who is battling through a horde of flesh-eating zombies to try and rescue his sister. It's exactly what you want from a zombie movie. Just a lot of violence and blood and guns and skin eating. It's just great fun. I will say the visuals in Wormwood are great. Like, they did things a bit more unique with it. Obviously, it is very post-apocalyptic, but a lot of the zombies and the bad guys and everyone that kind of beat on the way just looks fantastic. And my absolute favourite is Creep. Creep was made for a very low budget. There isn't a definitive figure, but Fangoria said under $500, which is just mind-boggling, but we don't have a full figure. But anyway, Creep is about a videographer who answers an advertisement on Craigslist or something similar to that for a one-day job to do some video recording of a dying man. He starts to notice the man is acting a bit weird and then questions his own decisions of what he's doing. Now in this, you have Mark Duplass with one of the best performances in any horror movie. It's one that absolutely should have won awards, but horror movies don't. But generally, it's just incredible. If you haven't already seen Creep, watch it. And the sequel's magnificent as well. And then we have The Tunnel, which has a budget of just shy of $150,000. This is an Australian found footage monster movie, which basically is framed as a documentary with characters dishing out interviews in between. Basically a cover-up of a bunch of abandoned tunnels underneath Sydney. Starts to go terribly wrong. Big spooky monster under Sydney. It's great fun, to be honest. I'm not really a big found footage guy, but sometimes they are executed really well. This is a prime example of when you do it properly. Yeah, these are some of my favourite lower budget horror movies. Let us know what you think of these if you have seen them. If you haven't seen them, go watch them and then let us know what you think. And also just let us know what some of your favourite ones are as well.